again, people of the internet. This is Deep Blue Sea from Eccentric Gaming Bytes, and today for your viewing pleasure I have a bit of a redstone tutorial. I'm going to show you how to make a working combination lock in Minecraft. So we have these dials here, and each of these is an item frame with an arrow in, and there are 8 possible directions that an item can be in an item frame. You can rotate them by pressing right click on them. And by default they start off facing to the upper right, which is why I put one over there. So I'm using an arrow in these item frames because it's pretty obvious where it's pointing. You could use a sword or any object really. I just like the way the arrow looks. So let me open this door. The code for this is 42 because that's the meaning of life. And there we go. This third dial actually is not connected to anything. I just included it to make this building symmetrical. So we head in here into my treasure room. I've got all my enchanted gear here, but this room also holds a secret. If I rotate this sword to the 8th position, I believe, yeah, another door opens, and in that is the real treasure of this room. Now that you've seen these in action, I bet you want to know how they work. And I will just show you that. And here is the redstone behind it. Now this may look a bit intimidating, but really it isn't that complicated at all. All this is based on is the fact that comparators, that's these things, redstone comparators, can detect the position a object is in an item frame is in. And it transmits it as a redstone signal of varying length. So I've set down a long line of redstone here with these blocks, these redstone lamps next to it, so that you can see how it changes as the item is rotated. You see, let me rotate it to 8, which is the maximum, and there we go. If we count that, that is 8 blocks along, and the minimum you can have without it having no item in the item frame is 1. You can see there, 1 block is lit up. And now here's where the actual locking part works. Since the code for this particular part is 2, I have a repeater at the 2 slot leading off. But if I only had a lead running off at 2, it would also open for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and so on, all the way up to 8. So I need a way to shut it off for any numbers greater than 2. So I have this redstone repeater at 3. If I go over the opposite side, you can see here I have the same thing, except this one is set to 4. So I have the 4th slot with the turning on repeater, and the 5th slot with the turning off repeater. And so let's see what the next part of the circuit is. Both lines lead down to here, and this thing, these 3 bits of, what is this? Prismarine. These 3 prismarine sections create an XOR gate. And these may look a bit complicated, but really you can look them up on the Minecraft wiki. They have a section on a whole bunch of different designs. And I just did this from a design. I didn't build it from memory or anything. I just built this particular design because it was quite simple to build, but there are a bit more complicated designs that are a lot more compact and nicer. So mess around, any XOR gate will work. All this does is it only switches on if one of its inputs is on. So if both inputs are off, it is off. If both inputs were on, as in if I was entering 3 or above on this, it would be off. But if I turn this to 2 so that only the one input is on, you will see that now this XOR gate is transmitting a signal, and it's the same on the opposite side. And so now I have these 2 signals leading from the 2 different dials, and those connect up here to an AND gate. All an AND gate does is it transmits a redstone signal if both its inputs are on. And so this is how you would link extra of these systems to each other so that you can add more digits to your code. I could have added as many as I wanted. You could go pretty much infinitely, adding more digits, have some crazy 13-digit code to open your base. You just need to uh, patch them all in with more AND gates. And so I have the AND gate signal running away from the AND gate, and it just goes under the building through this tunnel and out this side into this little cubby hole. You can see it coming up here, and this connects up to the door mechanism, which I won't show you how it works because it's a bit more complicated than this bit of redstone. Certainly not a simple tutorial. And now there's also the lock that I had in here for the sword gate, and all this is one of those locks, except it doesn't have the shut off. So if I go in here, you can see that it works on 8, but it also works on 9. No, wait, that's not 8, that's 6 maybe. But the point is, it works on all of the values up to 1, and then anything above this value it opens up, because it doesn't have a shut off. And all this is just a straight redstone circuit connected to a bunch of pistons to open the door. There's nothing really fancy there. So this is just a proof of concept. I really only spent about 15 minutes on this. I'm sure if you are much more redstone savvy or have more time, you can build a more compact version of this and can modify this for all kinds of applications. But I was just showing the general idea behind building these locks. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you guys next time. This is Deep Blue Sea from Eccentric Gaming Bytes, signing out.